I don't know if that ain't true. I got you, and baby, you got me. I got you, babe. Well, hello, boys and girls. It's Coffee with Scruff and Wink. And a warm welcome to one and all. And for those of you who have not been here before, this is the strange world of the scruffy trader, where we try and make trading easy, maybe give you a tip or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do click that little subscribe button. Genuinely helps, and we'll crack on. Well, as you can kind of see, we're not at home. We're away on our little trip again. Are you enjoying these little trips?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. These are all paid for by the Morning Star series that you've been watching me build up. And why not? Every few weeks, take some money out of the account and have a jolly. Which is good, because she looks after me. And why? Well, here's a little tour of where we are.
No way!
Let's have a little room tour, shall we? Let's see who's here. It's little Winky. Winky's come to play with me. But where's she playing? We've got our lovely big room. Let's have a look, see what we got. So, not that you can get perspective, but this room is massive. It's absolutely great. Do you like this room?
I do, yes.
Yeah. Got our little coffee tables over here. That's going to be where we're doing coffee with Scruff in the morning. Got our great big bed here. This is where Winky's going to be doing Scruff. No, she's not.
Oh, that's disgusting.
She'll be coming through here. See our nice big bathroom. Got a huge big bathroom. Look at this. Whoa. All for me. I will play in that later. I'm going to jump around in it. But it's wonderful. And why am I showing you this? Because this is what we do. This is the benefits of having a bit of a trade. So let me sit back down. And we're going to have a little bit of coffee with Scruff. Or at least we will do, because we're going down to the swimming pool first. Why? Because they've given us our little, whatever these are. We're going to wander around like silly people with dressing gowns on.
Matron, take them away.
They don't know what they're letting themselves in for when I'm here. Anyway, let's have a little chat about Winky's journey and trading. And I might put a few little extra odds and sods on. And that's it. Nice room. It's a lovely hotel where we're at. And it gives us the break from the realities of trading. And that is what we're kind of going to be discussing right now. Because Wink put on our own trades last week for the first time. She spent a number of weeks learning how to market chart properly. Because if anybody ever follows me, the most important thing you will ever do is mark your chart. If you mark your chart correctly, and it's not just a case of putting a line here and a line there, there is a specific way to mark a chart up. It road maps your trades, and it doesn't half help. So you tell me, did it help you?
It did, yes.
And did you find it easy?
Not really.
No. Right, well that kind of sums that answer up. Not really.
Although, when is a good time to trade?
Well, it varies. If you're looking for the volatility in the market, obviously the pre-market's good just before the London Open. Right. Because the market's very buoyant, but it's starting to set the tone for the day. However, there's a caveat to that. You can see the volume coming in, you can see the volatility, but it doesn't necessarily set the trend for the day. It sets the tone for the open. And the open can be quite dangerous because it will often go the wrong way before it goes the right way. So what I find is best is kind of a couple of hours before London Open, or from 9 o'clock to about 10:30 on a morning is a good time. Right. Now the way you're trading, or the way I've shown you to trade, doesn't matter. Because what Wink's doing is more, it's kind of a day stroke hybrid swing trade. In other words, it's based on a swing setup, and you just put a pending order in, and then you're letting the price come to you. So the time of day doesn't really matter, but if you're swing trading, you do it at the same time every day.
The same time every day.
Yeah, so it could be 8 o'clock at night, it could be 8 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't make any difference, because you're looking at the chart, you're looking to see where you think it might go, put your pending order in, and then
So
just...
you always put a pending order.
Myself,
Yeah.
every time.
Right.
I very, very rarely go straight to market. Even day trading, even scalping for that matter. And it's the great debate. Do you scalp? Do you day trade? Is there a difference? No, there isn't a difference. If you're day trading, you're scalping, it's that simple. Because you're looking to get in and you're looking to get out.
Right.
But for me, I feel a day trade is different in the sense that your sort of minimum target is around 10 pips to 20 pips, and then thereafter, whereas if you're scalping, your maximum trade is 5 to 10 pips.
Right.
And what happens is you can score a lot, and then that last trade you take takes all your money off you, which was kind of why I don't like scalping in the rawest form, if you like. I have a mantra which is score, score, stop. And even if I was scalping for 5 pips here and 5 pips there, which I suppose Morningstar is to a degree because it's based on roughly 10 pips, I stick to that. Get in, get out. Get in, get out, stop.
Right.
Because the market moves in waves, and it's normally 3 to 5 waves. Well, if you caught the first one, caught the second one, it's Hobson's choice if you're going to keep on going with the third one. And if you've already caught the third one, it's a gamble for the fourth and fifth.
Right.
So that's where score, score, stop came from. But she did a good thing. And she did, you know, and it wasn't just on. Sorry, I'll leave that one for a Saturday night. That's another thing. Actually, while we're on about this, why are we singing more on these videos? That's right, Kirsty. That's right, Kirsty. We're doing it for you, just to embarrass you, Kirsty. And I'm going to do it more and more. And I'm going to sing at the top of my voice. And next time I wear the mankini while I'm doing it. Are you still going to come to the pub with me? Am I going to embarrass you in the pub?
You're cruel.
Apparently, we are the original embarrassing parents. Our daughter thinks that I need to grow up. It's a bit rich, really, when your kids are telling you to calm down. But what was the conversation we had last night?
What about embarrassing singing?
We're not allowed to sing on the camera anymore. Because Kirsty watched one of the videos with her friends and I come bowling in. And she says she's never been so embarrassed in all her life. Well, you don't know me very well. We're going out next week. I'll show you exactly how you can get embarrassed. See? What I'll say about life, and this comes to your trading world as well, enjoy it. Enjoy your life every day. Because if you can't, just give up. And trading is the same. If you can't enjoy it, you're stressed by it, and you have anxiety attacks with it, there's a number of issues. One, your system isn't working and it needs to be rethought. Two, your position sizes are too big and it's causing you to sort of panic. Your stops are too tight, causing you death by 1,000 cuts, because all of these losses add up. And I don't buy into this, only win 4 times out of 10. I genuinely don't. Because if I took my car to a garage and he could only fix it 4 times out of 10, I ain't using that garage. Why? Because he's no bloody good. You need to be 60% and above. And if you're not trading, you're gambling. And that's what causes your anxiety. But you still need to enjoy it. You need to love the process. I do. I love my screens. I can sit there all day and I'm never bored. I genuinely enjoy it. You, on the other hand, that could be a different kettle of fish. How did you find sitting at the screen? Be honest. I mean, the people out
No,
here...
it is kind of stressful because you don't know which way it's going to go. Just because you...
I did.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah.
I mean, we had a debate. Well, you tell the good people. I was trying to get her to read it on her own, and she told me off because she says not many people can read it like you. And I didn't understand that. So why was that?
Because you can read it.
But I've done it a long time.
Right. So it's experience.
It's experience.
Right.
You know, I mean, you were a teacher for God knows how many years. Could you really imagine me in a classroom?
No, not really.
And why would you be better than me? Experience.
Right.
Is that not?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, there you are then. So, there we go. But anyway, we've rambled on a little bit. Yes, Kirsty, I'll start singing again in a minute. But tell them how you ended the week.
Well, I ended it on a profit.
You ended it on a profit. And that is the sum total of everything. Ended on a profit. Now, you didn't take that many trades.
I didn't.
All right. And how did you feel when it came into target?
Oh, it's good, yeah.
It was good, yeah.
Well, it is when it goes right, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And the one thing I'm glad you didn't do at that point was say you were excited. You see, that's another point. If you're getting excited and getting a buzz by it, that's the gambling side.
Right.
Should be good because it was planned. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So, tell them the emotional content. Look straight in the camera and just say, I was terrified. No. be honest. Be straight.
Well, it's not straight. I just do find it difficult to find it, like which way it's going to go. And
Right.
because you've done it such a long time, it's just second nature to you.
I know, but the system that I put in place for you, the river can kind of tell you what the direction is. You know, if it's on one side of it, it's going one way. If it's on the other side, it's going another way.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to achieve is look at a... Right, case in point, guys. Whenever you're building up your strategies in one thing and another, it's like building a house. You need a foundation first. All right?
Yeah.
And your foundation is 50-50. And I know you'll look at this and go, foundation 50-50. I mean, what's the big guy on about? Well, it's your tipping point. So what it means is the price is either going to go up or it's going to go down. Mm-hmm. So you want to be entering a point in the market of a tipping point, 50-50. And that's normally either midway between two levels or directly on a level. All right, so if you can imagine it, two levels here. If you're at the 50% mark,
Right.
it's got as much chance to hit the top level as it has the bottom level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right, so that's a tipping point, 50-50. If you're on a level, it has as much chance to hit the upper level as the lower level. So again, it's 50-50. It's a tipping point. Right? So that's where you start building up your strategy. Right? Mm-hmm. Then you need to start adding extra layers onto it to put the percentage on your side of the table.
Right.
All right? And the more percentage points you move towards yourself, the higher probability of the trade is. So, case in point, you're sitting on a level, all right, and you know at this point you've got 50% to go that way, 50% to go that way. If it is sitting above a moving average, right, mm-hmm. it's adding a few extra points that it can move to the upside, right, because it's above a moving average. And your moving average could be anything, could be a 20, a 50, 100, 200, whatever your chosen is, but as long as it's above it. The caveat is, we know if the market is very far away from a moving average, it'll try and come back to it. So again, you have to be able to read what that moving average is doing. All right? So if it's close to the moving average but above it, and it's just recently crossed, the inertia is that way.
Right.
Then you can look at an oscillator, and if the oscillator is very low, you know, actually in an oversold condition, moving up, that's adding weight again till it's moving to the upper side. And then look at the candle itself. If it has a fat body, but at the top end of the candle, and a long tail to the bottom, that's adding weight, pushing up. So what you've done is you've gone from a tipping point and you've built up a picture of where you want that market to go. And then that helps you decide your trade. And then you can add extra layers into that again, because you might be looking at just say a 15-minute chart. Look at an hour and a 4-hour and see if there's a similar miracle on those. So it becomes multi-time frame, confirming, 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 adding a few extra percentage points to your trade, and then when you press the button, you're pretty confident. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to you whatsoever,
It
does
does,
it?
it does. And when we get back next week.
When we get back next week, well, we can put it into practice. I know these coffee with scruffs, they're really just our thoughts and having a little bit of a chat. Now, I didn't have a great deal of chance to read through the emails this week because I've actually been off this week. We've had an entire week off, and I like to switch my social media off from one thing and another just to calm my mind down, because I get bombarded with messages all the time. But I will be back next week, so if you drop down in the description you'll find my contact details, and if you have messaged me this week, I'm just on holiday, and that's why I've not responded. But I do respond to everybody who contacts me. So drop your comments below. If you want us to discuss a subject, just shout and I'll bring it up in Coffee with Scruff. And we're going to continue Winky's journey. Oh, she did well. She only placed 2 trades, but both of them were in profit. Next week, I'm not going to help her. You're marking it yourself, and I'm not going to tell you the direction. Because this week what I did was I helped her mark it up and I told her the direction to take the trade. She did take the trade on her own, so she put the position in correctly and she set her own target, but she had a little bit of help. Next week, not so lucky. Unless you do something really good, and then I'll help you.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
I'll make the coffee.
Well, we're away on holiday. I thought we'd get that bikini out. Maybe not. Although we did yesterday. It was good in the pool. Went on one of these hot tub things. It was like an outside, massive sort of thermal lagoon or something they call it. It was great. Anyway, so as always, boys and girls, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.